Well, President Trump's peace agenda is in full effect. The president hosting world leaders at the White House today after meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska on Friday, finally making some ground on ending the war in Ukraine. Trump's push for peace is also happening right here at home. He's stopping out-of-control crime in our nation's capital with nearly 400 arrests since the federal crackdown was ordered. But if you listen to the constant fake news outrage, you'd have thought Trump's historic summit with Putin was a massive waste of time and only benefited Russia.
The red carpet, the warm handshake, that President Trump simply lost that Putin gained there just by being on the world stage and walking down a red carpet with the president.
And we showed the handshake as well, the handshake, the warm greeting between them. By the way, with regard to the clap, I hear a lot of criticism like, why would he clap for Putin?
You know, Donald Trump not only symbolically and literally applauded for Vladimir Putin, but has essentially switched America's side in this conflict.
And as usual, the mainstream media is once again wrong. Trump's meeting with Putin had clear results. It led to Zelensky and the European leaders coming to the White House today. And judging by these remarks from the EU leaders, the end of this war might finally be in reach. And friends, it's all because of President Trump.
I really want to thank you, President of the United States, dear Donald, for the fact that you, as I said before, broke the deadlock basically with President Putin by starting that dialogue. And I think it was in February that you had the first phone call, and from there we are now where we are today. And that is, I think, if we play this well, we could end this.
The path is open. You opened it last Friday.
I think it is an important day, a new phase, after 3 years and a half that we didn't see any kind of sign from the Russian side that there was a willing for dialogue. So something is changing, something has changed, thanks to you.
I think in the past 2 weeks, we've probably had more progress in ending this war than we have in the past 3.5 years.
Friends, don't you love to hear that? President Trump now writing on Truth Social that after his meeting with Zelensky, he called Putin and began the arrangements, for a meeting between Putin and Zelensky. And after that meeting, the three leaders will all meet together. Moving past how wrong the fake news was about the Trump-Putin summit, I don't remember the media getting this upset about Barack Hussein Obama's chummy relationship with Putin. And let's not forget that Putin reportedly wanted Obama to beat Mitt Romney in 2012, and that was under Obama's watch that Russia was able to annex Crimea back in 2014. Can't forget that. I'm also wondering where all this fake outrage was for Hillary Clinton when she was all smiles while meeting with Putin. Or how about President Bill Clinton, who seemed to have no issue meeting with Putin. In fact, listen to how Clinton once described Putin.
Mr. Putin he's very smart.
Well, you know him better than most people.
Yeah, I do.
What was he like behind closed doors, away from, the sort of the public utterances?
Smart and remarkably, we had a really good, blunt relationship.
But the left, well, they don't use logic, friends. They don't understand that Trump has to be welcoming to Putin in order to reach a peace deal. Instead, liberals do what they always do best: oppose Trump. Regardless of anything Trump does, it just has to be wrong. And they must fight it with all of their might. Take Trump's crackdown on crime, for example. Left-wing protesters rallying in Washington, D.C. this weekend because how dare Trump try to stop the out-of-control robberies, assaults, and murders, carjackings, and they just plagued our capital city, friends. In reality, President Trump is being praised by D.C. residents, especially black and brown citizens, for bringing law and order to the streets. Other blue city citizens are now also begging Trump to come save them and to bring in the National Guard as well. All while Democrat politicians, they just continue to berate Trump for just trying to make America safe again.
I'm embarrassed. I'm angered. And frankly, I'm heartbroken for the members of the National Guard who are asked to take on this mission.
I'm very concerned about that. And not only that, I'm concerned about the way he is rolling that out in Washington, D.C., which is essentially going after young black and brown youth.
If we do not reverse this very quickly, I think we'll go the way of Germany in the 1930s.
Are you kidding me? Friends, this type of ridiculous rhetoric, it's all the Democrats know how to spew, because Trump has absolutely been crushing his second term in office. The economy is red hot. Tariffs are bringing in record amounts of revenue. Inflation is finally back under control. Tax cuts, don't forget those. And Trump is actually bringing jobs and investments back into the United States, despite what a former president once said.
When somebody says, like the person you just mentioned, who I'm not going to advertise for, that he's going to bring all these jobs back. Well, how exactly are you going to do that? What are you going to do? There's no answer to it. He just says, well, I'm going to negotiate a better deal. Well, how exactly are you going to negotiate that?
He also asked us to think about what more we could commit to doing. And Mr. President, we took that challenge very seriously. I'm glad to be here with you today, and I'm very proud to say that today we're committing an additional $100 billion to the United States, bringing our total U.S. investment to $600 billion over the next 4 years.
Where's Barack Hussein Obama now? Friends, we can go on all night. The border is at the most secure it has been in history, with caravans now going out of America. Transgenders are no longer in women's sports. PBS and NPR defunded. And all while all of this is happening, friends, Trump has helped reach 6 peace deals, with a possible 7th on its way. America and the world is truly back on track with President Trump in charge.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.